All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. We're super excited for this bonus webinar on how a successful social agency plans and organizes content. And we're very excited to be joined by Kylie today, who's going to show us how Oyster Creative Co. plans and organizes their content. I just have a couple of housekeeping items to go through first before we pass it over to Kylie. And so I guess while everyone gets settled and joins in chat, you know what to do. Tell us where you're joining from. I am joining from Halifax. We have a Chicago. Oh, we have a couple Chicagos, Montreal, Calgary. Awesome. Oh, Joe with the puns. We're going to celebrate good tides. Oh, a lot of puns. That one took me by surprise. Okay, awesome. Love to see it. So this is where normally I tell you all about what the heck HeyOrca is, but we don't have to do that because this is a special webinar for our HeyOrca users today. So if you happen to not know what HeyOrca is, you're allowed to stay, but today we will be going over HeyOrca specific tips and tricks with Kylie. So this is a bonus webinar. We also do our normal webinars every Thursday with Alyssa. I'm curious if because I want to continue doing this webinar series, if there is a HeyOrca topic or tool that you really, really want to know about and you'd love us to cover in a future webinar, please let us know either in the feedback survey that goes out after this to your email, or write in the chat would be great too. Or you can just tell us on social. We're at HeyOrca. Okay, so let's do a couple of little introductions here first. Kylie, I'll let you introduce yourself first.
Sure. Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me. My name is Kylie McCracken. I am Director of Communications and Strategy at Oyster Creative. I won't go too far in because we'll talk a little bit about Oyster, but I mainly lead up our account services team.
Awesome. Thank you, Kylie. My name is Lyle. I am a marketing manager here at HeyOrca. Super excited to be here today. And I did get a sneak peek at Kylie's slides and they're really good. So I'm excited and I'll pass it over to Kat.
Yes, thank you. Hi, everybody. My name's Kat. You may have probably spoken to me via email before or in the chat before. I'm happy to be a part of the webinar today, and I'm looking forward to seeing if anybody has any questions and learning a lot from Kylie.
Alrighty, and hi everyone. You also might have seen me in the chats. I'm Ari, also from customer care, and I'm also super excited to be joining you all on this webinar. So feel free to drop any questions in the chats, and for my Montreal folks, hello, represent.
Awesome. When you said Montreal, I went like this, but I'm just excited for you. I'm not in Montreal, but we do have some Montreal folks in the pod, so we love it. Okay, so as per usual, we do have some contests today. So there's two ways that you can win a $25 Amazon gift card. So there's two $25 Amazon gift cards up for grabs. The first way you can enter is simply to respond to our poll on LinkedIn, and someone from the pod will drop that in the chat. There's Natalie with the poll link. So the question for today's poll is, what's one HeyOrca tool you just can't work without? There's a couple options there, and if your favorite tool is not listed, please let us know in the comments because we really do want to know. So tomorrow at noon is when we'll randomly draw a winner for that poll. And then the second way to win the second $25 Amazon gift card is to make a LinkedIn post and share what you learned from this webinar on LinkedIn. And you have till Friday at noon to do that. Please do tag us so we can see it, because if we miss it, we can't randomly select you. So those are the two ways to win. So be sure to do that. And with that, we'll get right into Kylie's presentation. So Kylie, I'll let you get set up there and share your screen, and maybe while she's getting set up, answer the poll perhaps. Sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Can you guys see this? Are we good?
We are good.
Okay, yay. So everyone, thank you so much for joining. I'm very excited to share some of our key takeaways of how we use HeyOrca. So Just a little background. I already introduced myself, but Kylie McCracken, and I do head up our client account services. And we are just really excited to share how we use HeyOrca. So let's dive right in. We're going to talk a little bit about Oyster Creative, who we are, what we do, and kind of our path with HeyOrca. It has not always been rainbows and butterflies, and I want to talk about that a little bit because I think it really plays a key role in the story. And then these next three bullets are really the main ways that we utilize HeyOrca. So we see it more than a posting tool. It's our editorial calendar. We also use it as a client resource hub. Personally, my favorite feature that we use, and then a way that we do some internal collaboration to kind of story mine and figure out some opportunistic social content within our internal teams. I'm going to leave you guys with some actionable key takeaways, and then, of course, any questions. All right, so let's dive in. Oyster Creative, we are based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I'm going to raise the roof for Pittsburgh, right? Sorry to all my Canadian friends. But Oyster Creative is a marketing agency, and we aren't afraid to get our hands dirty to discover engaging human stories and insights that bring great ideas from the muck to the main table and build brand communities. It's important to note that we do a lot of this storytelling and building our brand communities mainly as social media as the vehicle to do that. And also, we are a very small but mighty team. Oyster Creative has only been around for a little over 5 years. So we don't have this huge team of 20, 30, 50 plus people. We have 10, and some are freelancers. So very, very small team. And hopefully these key insights will resonate with a lot of you. So our HeyOrca timeline, I joined the Oyster crew in 2022. And when I got here, we were already using HeyOrca as our main social content scheduling tool and for analytics. Guys, I fell in love with HeyOrca. I showed up and one of our owners was like, this is what we use. And I was like, this is amazing. How did I never know about HeyOrca? Yeah, this is so great. The approvals, the reviews, the editing, it was just so awesome. But then we heard some chatter internally and externally about, hey, our analytics maybe aren't as good as some of these other platforms that are out in the world. And so we took a step back. We really reviewed all the platforms that are out there, and we decided to leave HeyOrca and go to Sprout Social. Again, the main reason was like the analytics and the reporting. When we got to Sprout, we realized that we only had 3 available seats for content creation, content reviews, and all of that stuff. It was brutal. We had so many seats at HeyOrca, right? Unlimited internal, external users, and we went to 3, and it was so hard. Our content reviews went from being super collaborative to we went back to spreadsheets. We were losing our minds in emails. Edits weren't making it to the final post. It was just really hard. And in fact, one of our clients reached out to us and said, hey, can we go back to HeyOrca because this just isn't working for us? So here we came knocking on HeyOrca's door and said, hey guys, we want to come back. And we really came back and reimagined how we could use HeyOrca as our one-stop shop and one-stop tool for a fully integrated and strategic client platform. So that is really what I'm going to talk to you today is how we use it more than just our social posting tool. Yeah, so look at all these great things that we could do in HeyOrca. So if there's one link our clients need to bookmark, this is it. It's our monthly view of all of our scheduled marketing activities. And we'll talk about that in our editorial calendar. It's our streamlined content review, approval, and posting process, which for us, sometimes we have a legal team, we have compliance, we have different departments that have to look at content. We are able to easily share that content out with all these other folks that aren't necessarily part of our social team. It's a centralized location for our status, meeting agendas, notes, and next steps. I didn't realize how underrated this tool was until I went to the HeyOrca Summit and realized that people don't necessarily use the notes tool. Guys, I'm here to say, like, notes is our number one tool I think we use, or at least me personally. And then the asset library is very accessible. It's easy to navigate. We have the ability to filter, respond to social comments and DMs. That's great because people don't need native platform access on Meta, LinkedIn. We could do it all in HeyOrca. And then we also still have the ability to customize reports. So if you didn't know all these capabilities of HeyOrca, now you do. But let's really dive into the editorial calendar. I'm going to take a quick sip. I feel like there's a lot of talking. So our calendar structure, our editorial calendar, we all know how to go in, hopefully, and do a social post. But what we do is we really utilize the create new event feature and the new event feature to show exactly the marketing activities and events and messaging that we're trying to get across. So even on social posts, and I'll show you guys a picture of the screenshot on the next slide, but even on social posts, we have a little blue bar that says exactly what we're posting about. So it's easy for us to find in the calendar, easy way for us to high level content plan what we have coming up. We also use this new events button to talk about all the different activities and strategic initiatives and things that we have going on. And the reason is, if my boss would ask me, or maybe our client's boss, or maybe a CEO says, hey, what do we have going on in May? Or what do we have going on in July? We can open up this calendar and have a big screen of all of the things that we have going on. So we've created a color coding system that allows us to easily identify that deliverable or that event. The example that I'll say is just let's say we have an Oyster Creative golf outing. The name would be Oyster Creative Golf Outing. Let's say it's today. We could pick Tuesday, June 17th. It does not repeat. We could put the description in. We could say this is a team bonding activity. It's located at Oakmont Country Club. If I have any golf fans, the US Open just happened in Pittsburgh and Oakmont, so shameless plug. But we can put that in the description. And we could pick the color. I think our internal events is black. So we'd pick black and we put on the calendar. So even if we don't talk about it necessarily on social, we still know that it's happening. I think it's important for us to say that anyone can create and import their events, but Oyster is the main calendar owner here. And then also, as part of our onboarding with new clients and even just new employees internally or new clients externally, we do have a cheat sheet that they have. So the next screen, I'm going to show you a screenshot of what the Oyster calendar for May looked like. And I'll let you guys digest this for a quick second, and then we can talk about some of the color coding. But really, all of our client calendars follow some sort of version of this. So you could see my colleague Lindsay and I were at the HeyOrca Community Summit in Toronto. That's marked. We had a video shoot on Friday. That's marked in a different color. We were running a hiring ad for 2 weeks. That's in a different color, just so everyone kind of knows what's going on. And then you can also see the social posts, right? We have the social posts in blue. So if anyone said, hey, when do we post the HeyOrca Summit recap number 2? We can easily go in the calendar and see it without having to click into every single social post to see where it was. So I hope this makes sense. It makes a lot of sense for us. And yeah, I think it's been a game changer for us on social.
This does make a lot of sense. I was telling Kylie when I first looked at her slides, the color coordinating like unlocks something in my brain, because I'm so guilty of going into HeyOrca's calendar and just using whatever color feels pretty for me that day. And so I need to stop, because we need to do a color coordinating system. The other thing in the chat, Natalie put it in the chat a second ago, is that we started at HeyOrca putting our out of offices in the calendar. So especially for the social team, because we have multiple social media managers now, just makes it so helpful, because obviously we want to know when our social team's out of office. So another thing to think about.
Yeah. Love that. And, just to the colors, Honestly, Lyle, we were victim to like, let's just pick what looks pretty for us. Like, who's picking what color, right? And so this is kind of the color coding system we created. We wanted something versatile, but not overly specific. And so this is loose. And some of our clients, we actually added some colors because we work with their corporate communications team, but they also have a marketing team who is providing product and services related content that we don't necessarily touch, but it still goes in the calendar under a different color code, right? So I think take it with a grain of salt. You could definitely make it your own, but it's really nice PR. That could be press releases. That could be media interviews. That could be scheduled. You know, if we have a scheduled article release from a magazine that's coming out, a feature article. Holidays and national observances. This actually aligns perfectly with HeyOrca. You guys rolled out the different like event or holiday calendar, and they are in red, and so ours is also red. But so that worked out perfectly. But different like industry events and celebrations. National Manufacturing Month, that's a big one for us. So we could easily go in and label it. Okay, so this is kind of how we see HeyOrca as our full editorial calendar. Again, super easy for us and our clients and any stakeholders to just open up the calendar and have a big snapshot of what we have going on for the month. The second tool I want to talk about is the Client Resource Hub. But really, guys, it's the notes section. Are you tired of too many client emails? Yes. Like this girly is right here, right? We have so many client emails. And so what we've done with the notes section is we've turned this into our meeting agenda, meeting notes, and next steps. Each client status is a new note. We send our meeting agenda. I know, guys, this is an email, but it's our weekly email to our clients. We send our meeting agenda to them, and it gives them time and the ability to go look at the agenda and add anything else that they want to cover for that week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever. It's nice and collaborative. You don't get lost in the emails. And it also allows us to have direct links for reference materials. So I feel like I'm giving all of Oyster's secrets. I'm sure my bosses, Dan and Jeff, might be here. So sorry, guys, but we do use a shared Google link. And so a lot of our client collateral and pieces are on there. So all of these links really just go back to that shared Google Drive. So again, don't have to keep searching in your emails or all of that stuff. It's right here. Following each meeting, we add our meeting notes and we add our meeting next steps. So this is great if somebody misses a meeting. You guys know if you have a small team, a different person needs to jump in on a client that they don't really know what's going on. They can easily go in the notes and kind of catch up there. We also utilize the notes section for bigger initiatives like our quarterly strategy sessions, annual business unit meetings, anything that's bigger. We're able to link the transcript. We're able to link our AI notes in there as well. So it's kind of nice to just be able to reference that stuff, but then we also can add our key takeaways. Oh yeah, you can add images to the notes too. Kat, thanks for adding that. We have definitely done that before. We've added like inspo pictures, all kinds of fun things. And let's see. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is some internal collaboration. Guys, if you heard me talk at the HeyOrca Community Summit last month, you heard me like a broken record. I kept talking about use your internal employees, stakeholders, use those folks to help tell your story because they are your biggest ambassadors. So our people are our biggest ambassadors. One of the things that we've done is we've created editorial boards to help us curate that content, uncover opportunities, and really tell this enterprise story. I'm sure we have local, regional clients, we have national clients, we have international clients, and it's really easy for us to like only talk about on social the little things that we know that's going on, but there's so much more. And so how do we extract that information to really play into the social strategy? So we've created an editorial board. This includes key stakeholders from across the organization. So think HR, community development, different business units. It could be market presidents, all different types of folks, right? And these stakeholders support the planning and creation and strategic alignment of our social media content. They are the folks who are telling us what they have going on. So that's great, right? But like, how does this play into HeyOrca and how we use HeyOrca? Lucky for you, it does. So this HeyOrca, this editorial board, we've created a dedicated HeyOrca calendar only for our editorial board members. This is a way that we can collect information, we could be aware and find opportunistic content opportunities for social specifically. Guys, the reason that it's a separate board is two things. One, we don't have any of our social platforms linked. So literally nobody can break this and nobody can accidentally post to the main channel. The second thing is it keeps our content clean from our real posting calendar. So we have our real posting calendar and then we have our editorial board calendar, which helps spark ideas. Again, that awareness piece, even if we don't necessarily post something, it is giving us the idea of like, hey, let's keep an eye out for this on social. Maybe it's a reshare, maybe it's a like, maybe it's a love, whatever that kind of opportunity is. So just to add here, these are strategic initiatives, upcoming internal and external events, special activities. You guys could see this client, they have the US Open, again, shameless golf plug, but they were at the US Open, they took some clients. That's not necessarily something that we would want to post about, but if we saw a post, we can engage with it and it doesn't feel like we were out of the loop. The other great HeyOrca feature we have here is we have the ability to duplicate events to multiple calendars. So we don't necessarily have to go into two separate calendars to add the event. And then I'll just talk a little bit about the logistics of this editorial board. So we meet with them quarterly to review upcoming initiatives. We encourage our board members to add their events to the calendar. And on the right-hand side, you'll see this is a screenshot, again, from the notes section that we pulled of like, how do you add content to the calendar? What is the recommended color coding system? And like kind of just like the logistics of it. So if you need to bookmark one thing, it's the HeyOrca calendar and you can quickly access and upload information there. They also have the ability to directly upload photos to the media library. So we don't have to use ShareFile. We don't have to use Google Drive. We don't have to use all these things. You could just, boom, directly upload to the media library and it's right there. And speaking of the media library, we love the text to library feature. Guys, if you follow Alyssa's daily email, I'm pretty sure Alyssa talked about this today. So yay, Alyssa. But this is an awesome, awesome feature that we really use. HeyOrca, I think if you're only located in the US or Canada, HeyOrca can provide a phone number and you can set up a specific area code and have that number to text photos to. So if you text the photo, you can include a description of the picture. You can include a hashtag, which will automatically tag that photo. And then boom, it shows up directly in your media library. So guys, these were my examples from, I don't know, the other day. This is what I've been up to the last month, if anyone wants to know. But they show right up in there and they are high quality photos. I don't think we're there yet for the videos. I think it's okay because you got to start somewhere and the photos get the job done. I do want to share one example of how we were able to implement this with a real client. Is they recently welcomed a ton of new employees. They sent out welcome boxes. You know, they had like nice little gifts and different things. And in there we included just like a little welcome note, and it said, text your photo to this number for a chance to be featured on our social media and use the hashtag welcome box. And guys, we got some really, really nice photos that I know we would not have gotten otherwise. We're able to reshare those on social, which looked really great. And it also takes the burden off of our employees to have to post on their own channel, right? Like, we know not everyone is comfortable taking a selfie, posting on their LinkedIn. So this kind of avoids that. You just text it and it comes right to us. All right. So I've done a ton of talking. Just a couple of actionable key takeaways, a few pearls, if you will, to send you on your way. We see HeyOrca as more than a social posting tool. It really is that full editorial calendar for us that includes the marketing and communication plans. We also love the notes section. It's a great way to keep our clients organized. We use it for our meeting agendas, notes, and next steps. A dedicated editorial board with its own HeyOrca calendar is a nice way to hear from our internal stakeholders about upcoming events and initiatives. And of course, the text to library is in fact a hidden gem and an easy way to encourage photo sharing. So with that, do I have any questions? And I appreciate everyone in the chat kind of jumping in and doing a lot of comments and kind words.
Kylie, that was so good. And there's so much love for you in the chat. Thank you so much. The use case you shared for text to library actually just blew my mind. I think I saw Kat and Ari too go like, oh, like that's so creative to use it for an event. Yeah, love that so much. Oh, we do have a question from Jesse. Are those googly eyes?
Yes, Jesse, this is our mascot, Shucky, and he's a real oyster with real googly eyes. And one of our Oyster crew members did a road trip from Portland to Pittsburgh and took Shucky along for the ride. And so these are actually real pictures of Shucky out in the US.
Love it. So cute. And I love that they're different sizes. It just like adds to the cuteness factor. That's awesome.
Yes.
We do have a question. Maybe this is a good question for our customer care team. So Sarah says, I don't quite understand this text to library feature. Can you explain it like you would to a small child? LOL. I think we can do that.
Yeah, of course. Well, the basics to know about the text to media is each calendar can have their own phone number. So let's say you have one calendar per client, or kind of like that set up. You can set up an individual number so that if you text an image or like 3 images to that specific number, it automatically gets sent to the media library of that calendar. So there's no need to worry about one number covering multiple calendars. It'll just be one for each individual workspace. Yeah, I think that might have been the same question that somebody else had below, but let me know if that kind of helps a little bit. If you have any additional questions about it, definitely feel free to reach out to us and we can look through different area codes for you as well if you want a specific like area code for your number as well.
I didn't even know you could do that. That's amazing. Someone's asking, is a recording going to be sent out? Yes, you will get a recording. If not tomorrow, then the next day, but probably tomorrow when it's done processing. But yeah, if you're registered, you will get the recording. Should the phone number be the same number as the social media manager? I think the answer is no. It's a unique number, Kat.
Yes, it is a unique number. So you just let us know the country. Right now, we can only do United States and Canada, unfortunately. But I've made a note for our product team to see if we can expand a little bit more. But just let us know the country, the area code, and we actually assign a specific random number. There's no ability to set it up as an existing phone number. I think that would kind of conflict. But you'll get the number sent to you when you're speaking to us, and we're setting it up for you.
Awesome. We also
can I just add one more thing? When you text a photo, you do get a reply that said thanks, HeyOrca has received your photo in the library. So you do get a confirmation that your photo went to the right place.
Awesome. Sarah's asking another everyone's loving text to library, so that's great. So Sarah's asking a follow-up to the text to library question. Can you share 1 or 2 use cases? Maybe Kylie, this is a good one for you.
Yeah, I think so. I shared a really good one of the welcome boxes coming in. So we sent that out to all the new employees that they were just able to text the photo. Another great use is when we're on the ground for actual events. I keep talking about golf. Maybe it's just the season. I'm not even a golfer, guys, but we have a lot of different. Maybe like client golf outings. And so instead of waiting until you get back to your computer to upload the photos, or if you don't have internet, it's just super easy to text a photo when you're there, and it goes right into your media library, and then your team has it. Or even if it's not necessarily your immediate social team, if you're sending other people out, that's just an easy way, and you don't really have to like add it to a big to-do list.
Awesome. Another good question for you, Kylie. Bruna's asking, have you had any pushback from clients with the calendar organization, or were they all sane and loved it? And then she follows it up with, because let's face it, it's amazing.
Yeah. Hey, Bruna, thanks for joining. We have had no client pushback. Actually, we've had exact opposite. We've had so many people love this and adopt it. And in fact, different teams, I think I mentioned a group we work with, like a marketing team in conjunction with the corporate comms team that we work with. And they've loved it so much that they have adopted how we use HeyOrca as well. So it's been incredibly welcoming. I think one side of caution I would say is like making sure you don't put too much in the calendar. So it's finding that balance of what works, because if you have 20 events for a day, like that gets to be out of control, right? So make sure it's manageable, make sure it works for either your internal team, or if you have clients, the client team. But yeah, no pushback really. Everyone has absolutely loved this kind of the format we've created.
Love that. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be surprised if there was a lot of pushback, because it is awesome. So that's great. Okay, here's another question. Is the editorial calendar easy to use for someone who isn't really used to social media / marketing? Example, if I ask another department to input their ideas, will they need to do some training, or is it really simple?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of both. So the editorial boards, we do have folks who are not as maybe tech savvy as we'd hope, but these folks are still able to get into HeyOrca, and they're still able at the very base level to like add an event. We did do a training session. Our first editorial board meetings that we do is also doubles as a training session to how to use HeyOrca. So we've done a training session. I also just want to say, guys, this is not everyone takes to it immediately. So it has taken, a while for people to get up and running. And I think that's very normal. But once you show people the value and, hey, look at some of this great content that we've created that was a result of the editorial board, it's a lot easier to prove your worth and get people on board.
Awesome. I was just thinking, maybe if you do have someone who is adverse to tech or not super tech savvy, you could use HeyOrca's approval system, because when you approve a post, you don't have to log in if you're the client. So that might be like another option for you, Beth, because they can add their feedback there on the approval screen. Let's see. Just lots of love for you here. Okay, have you found a solution for saving CTAs to a calendar? I'm currently using an ongoing event as a space to save them, but it's a bit clunky. I need the CTAs on hand when creating posts and haven't found a great solution that doesn't require navigating outside of the post.
I don't have a good, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask a follow-up, actually. Just, do you mean like a link that you're using on a regular basis, or anything else like similar that you just kind of like often like copy into the post?
Yeah, I'd love some clarification on that too, Ruby, so we can get you a good answer. One of the first things that comes to mind is we did just release recurring posts. So if you are like using repeating content quite a bit, that might be a tool that would be a good fit for you. But if you want to just add to your comment thread there, maybe we can get you a better answer. Okay, so I pulled a question that Joe has just for the audience. Kind of thought it was cool. Would a HeyOrca integration with your Google Calendar / Outlook calendar be helpful for you? Just something to think about. And, if so, you can leave your answer in the chat there, or you can reach out to our customer care team to let us know, or you can tell us on social. But definitely curious to know the answer to that question. If you'd like to integrate your existing Google Calendar, Outlook calendar to HeyOrca. Let's see if we can do maybe one more question. Oh, here, I think Ruby followed up. Oh, Kat, you have it? Feel free to send us a message with some details. Okay, so Ruby's looking for each post to have like call us at XYZ, text us XYZ, click here to book. And Joe says, we are considering that for being able to save text in the future. Okay, so it looks like, Ruby, what you're looking for is in consideration. So that's a good sign. But we'll definitely let our team know that it's something that you're looking for to be able to duplicate those CTAs on your posts. Awesome. Okay, well, I think that's everything, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, Kylie, for your presentation. I think everyone learned a lot. And I mean, I know I think half the time I was like, oh, so that's great. We'd love to do this again. And again, everyone, please enter the giveaways. 2 ways to win: answer the poll on LinkedIn, or make a LinkedIn post about what you learned today. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.